Hey guys, welcome to the photo department. Today I'm drinking a coffee that I cannot pronounce from Peru. It's by Compelling. Palta Chayak. Probably not saying that correctly. That's what it looks like. It's single origin from Peru. It smells amazing. It's very... It's one of those coffees that you smell and it smells very distinctively like coffee, like your memory of what coffee smells like, and then when you brew it, it's just got this big body and it's really fruit forward, so it's just kind of got everything I like in coffee. So I'm really interested in this specific roast. It's really great. I think I've mentioned this before, but I have been contracted by Compelling Coffee to do photographic work for them, so me talking about this coffee is no way endorsed by or paid for by Compelling. This is my own opinion, and I'm just telling you the coffee that I'm drinking, and that's it. You guys have been asking me about portraits a lot, like all the time. But Christmas just passed. It's literally the day after Christmas. Yeah, now that the holidays are pretty much over, I can start really cranking out some more content. I feel like portraits is something that is brought up a lot, and the question I get most often is, how do you make your subjects comfortable when you go to photograph them? And I thought about this a lot, mostly because it wasn't a conscious thing that I do when I'm shooting someone. I'm not thinking like, oh, I need to make this person comfortable. I think what happens most of the time with me specifically is that my personality kind of takes over when I meet someone that I'm going to shoot, or when someone I'm going to shoot and I are already friends. We have a rapport kind of going on, and just by the very nature of that, we can kind of get a feel for how the shoot's going to go. And then rather than me worrying about if they're comfortable or not, it's just more of an experience for the both of us, and it doesn't end up being awkward. I haven't had any shoots that were actually awkward after the first 5 minutes maybe. Everything just kind of goes pretty smoothly. It also depends on the type of portraits that you're taking. For me, a lot of my portraiture is environmental, and a lot of it is outdoors. So I feel like with those circumstances, it's just easy to find a place that is aesthetically appealing but also comfortable. If you're doing portraits one-on-one with someone, it's easier to get into a position that's more comfortable for the both of you, just because there's just two of you. There's not a whole crew to worry about. You can really be more comfortable on a personal level. With me specifically, I like to meet everyone that I shoot beforehand and see what their personality's like, and that way I can kind of adapt to their personality when we're shooting. Also, I think my favorite type of portrait would be editorial portraits. I prefer to shoot editorial as much as possible, and what editorial basically is, it's photographs that are telling a story. And portraits, you can argue, do tell a story regardless, but in reality, telling a story, there needs to be more context in the photograph and more context in maybe a series of photographs that you're taking that relate to a story. Sometimes editorial photo shoots will accompany like a periodical, like an actual story, an article that's being written, but a lot of times photographers will take portraits or do editorial shoots to tell a story without the use of words, which is something that I really like, but I do prefer to do both. I like to have sets or shoots that can tell a story without the use of words, and I really like shooting and accompanying a writer or an article or something. I think that I really like reading someone's words that accompany my work. I feel like it brings a kind of different perspective to the entire piece cohesively than if it was just one or the other. So since that's my favorite type of photography, I don't like to kind of stick people in front of just a nice background or in front of like a backdrop like this. I would prefer them being in their element or in a situation that makes sense in the context of the photograph. So I like taking photographs of people at coffee shops, or people who are at work, or people who are creating something, or just people going through their day the way they normally would. Those are kind of the projects that really pull me in. A lot of people nowadays seem to be going for landscape and travel photography, which has its place, and it's totally cool. I wish I could get paid to travel all over the place and take pictures. However, that's never really worked out for me, at least not yet. But that's all right, because I don't think that that type of photography typically speaks to me as much as portraits do. So I'll stick to portraits. So the day before yesterday, on Saturday, I invited my friends John and Julia to come over and hang out for a little bit and have their pictures taken while they were on their way to San Francisco for some family stuff. They are individually very good looking, and they're also a good looking couple, so it was great to have them come by. They brought their dog, who is a sweetheart. And John, you may have seen in a video before, I did a behind the scenes shoot with him. He's a really fantastically gifted photographer as well. I've known John for a long time, and so having him come over and geek out with me is also really fun. So I just did this impromptu thing with them because I wanted to have some more portraits, environmental portraits, in my portfolio. I don't have like a ton from recent work, and I thought it would be nice to have Julia because her hair is this like deep orange to almost red, and it's very striking, especially if you shoot against like green or natural color backgrounds. So, and her skin is super fair also, so there's this very interesting quality of the contrast between how fair her skin is and how much of a color pop her hair is. So I thought that was really interesting. John also has very nice hair. It's not colored, but he has very cool straight hair that he can do cool things with. I have curly hair, so I am very limited in what I can do fashion-wise with my hair, but anyway. Or tell me what you like about portrait photography first off.
I just like working with people. It makes it different no matter. You can shoot the same person in the same setting as many times and it'll never come out the same. I mean, I guess the same can be said for nature and landscape, but I think, you know, once you've seen a view once, you kind of only have that one angle usually. But portrait, like, you can do anything. You can do people you could do lifestyle, you could do, you know, portrait, like straight, just a picture of this person that is never gonna look the same ever again. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just so many different factors that it makes it more fun to do portrait photography. My favorite kind of portrait is kind of like lifestyle, like somebody doing something, not necessarily like a picture of someone's face, but more just, I really like showing them doing something kind of ordinary and just capturing like a moment, you know, whether that's like zipping up their jacket or like jumping off a rock. I don't know, I just think that kind of, you know, accessibility to how you view an image is great.
Do you have any tips for someone who is getting into portrait photography for the first time?
Just shoot whomever you can, whenever, and in as many different places as possible. I like medium format the most. So I've been shooting with the Contax 645 a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's nice, it's fun. I actually really like to shoot full body portraits with lenses that are meant for close-ups, so 85s or 80s, 105s. It's always fun, like you get really far back and you kind of have to yell at somebody. Well, most of the time, Julia and I, we go out on little vacations, and those end up always being, no, it's true, because, say it, that's how she because, you know, it's like we go to Yosemite and like, those are the most memorable because it's somewhere completely new. It's with somebody that, you know, I love, and I'll take their picture all the time. But actually, I think portraits of the dog are my new passion. So.
Take a couple portraits here. Okay, look right here, and then just your eyes to me. Perfect, just like that. 3, 2. Nice. Okay, one more. As close as I can. This lens only focuses to there. 3, 2. Perfect.
Yeah, so handsome. You're so handsome.
This is gonna be the cover of Drake's next album. 3, 2, 1. So good. Okay, now give me yeah, give me Far Away Pensive. Yes, there you go. Oh my god. 3, 2.
I practice my modeling.
I'm a little bit.
He's so petty.
He's only 65 pounds.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you sure? Okay, hold on. So you gotta pull up my pants. I wasn't
Come
ready.
here.
Come on, Falk. Come here. Okay, sit.
I don't think.
Get your ass up again.
There we go. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1.
He's
Beautiful.
so miserable.
Pose me, man.
I'm trying to get this. Okay. Let's do one. You're looking down, and then your left hand's kind of like fixing your glasses. Yeah. Wait, no. Just do right hand. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
It's a hair trigger.
Did it. Okay.
I was thinking like what it means.
Do it. Oh, God. Dude, I didn't even wait for it. She's much like
It's just Fuji 800. Nothing special.
All right, so I want you to look this way.
Beautiful.
Cool.
So we had a lot of fun. John ended up turning the camera on me and took some photographs of me. I'm not feeling very photogenic these days, but that was a lot of fun. And John and I are hopefully going to be working on some projects together soon. And when that stuff comes up, you will definitely be the first to know. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, show your friends, tell them to subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at GhostPhoto on Instagram, and hit me up in my inbox or leave a comment if you have any suggestions or questions. I love hearing what you guys have to say and be able to get back to you. I am very excited for what's coming up this next year. It's going to be very interesting, and I have a lot of cool projects coming up, so I'm super excited to show you guys. And once again, thank you so much for supporting my channel and keeping me busy. All right.